Chilly here with Sirius Talis Moon. Meet heaven on my lot of divination with Mars hour. And the moon is in Mars sign, so it's Mars. So, one of the things, after I finished recording and finished watching Light, there would always be this weird synchronicity with what Light says. Even though it might be completely sounding different, it's kind of like the same topic from different perspectives. But one thing that came up as I finished recording, because I talked about identity and sexuality, but something came up, and this is relevant for many people. There is a war, there is the in this economy, there is awareness of so many things we haven't been discussing and acting on changing, okay? From ICE to Epstein to we have an LGBTQ probably prime minister in Netherlands, funded by Vanguard. So they say, that's very neat. And to, just so many things happening all at once. To people becoming aware of many topics, whether it's in housing or in a job or what they want in life, that some other things take precedence over some other things. Okay? For example, I talked about the power play and how for some people to be in certain positions, they had to play a power play around everything and everyone because it's also intelligence affiliated positions. So they don't know who is spying on them, they don't know what the motives. Okay, everybody that has a little bit of a more either visibility profile, whether they are aware of it or not. And certain things take precedence over other things. But another thing that came to me, and telepathically I had a colleague that once said to me, Shirley, what is Mars? And Mars can be the way of someone. I was like, Shirley, what else is Mars? Oh, that's the peanuts. If you don't like the way of a man, you don't like the man. And that was, and there has to be, there has to be compatibility there. Um, and so it seems that because there so many things took precedence over other things, there are certain things that we forgot. Now, upon recovery, many people are beginning to recover not just their own identity, but also their own way. And at the same time, there were interferences in people's ways. So let's say, I don't know, if my way would either been to wake up early in the morning, take some things with me to brush my teeth on the way and travel, or if my way to be to wake up slowly in the morning and so on, and the shower and so there's so many things where they're interfering in something that would be my way. And here we have a wound around something done in a certain way, and it also can have to do with business, okay? Whether business are done in a certain way, whether something, and Chiron is in the third decan of Aries. Shout out to Threads of Fate for the Deacons series. And the third decan of Aries is about something benefic conjoined with something malefic. Okay, Venus and Mars. And in business, it can mean that somebody has initiative, but the way that presented keeps people away. And then those people will be, why did that person not allocate resources to the community? And while every time they tried, something bad, their way was not accepted, or not, their way was not valued. And in Chiron here, there is You know, Venus can be love languages or the way we sense appreciation. And here is like the way of a person to present their value. There's a wound around that. Or the way of a person is lovely, but their values are not. Okay? So this is where Chiron is accentuating that, particularly around the topic of Aries, which is cloning, sexuality, sexual identity, the disincluded struggle. And Aries, we know, is not the most PC in the world. So it can stir up many things. Um, and this is a part of the chaos that's there, while both the teaching of if we don't like somebody's ways, then we don't like that someone, but there is a wound around that where we don't get to see authentically who are people, what is their authentic way, and even people in and around themselves don't always get to show up as themselves. I woke up this morning and one thing that happens with the rituals and technology interface is that they would summon they would torture person A, summon their identity, torture person B, and use the identity of person A to torture person B. So person B thinks he's person A. Now, this is a part of the chaos that is, okay? This is why in setting boundaries we say, return to sender, known or unknown. But they can even be people that are forcing someone to name this person, and I always set the intent with this, even if I state, let's say, something that was way too obvious coming from one particular, then always the intention is such that is only if that is the case. But also, they've been fumbling with chakras of people. Okay, so there's a lot of things and rituals where we don't actually get to see one another's way clearly. And that plays into both the gender issue, but also the sexuality issue and the business issue. And the real estate issue. Okay? Particularly if people think, oh, this person, their ways like this, their ways like that. No, we don't want them, we don't this, we don't that. And it was a torture ritual, it was not actually the person and their ways. Aries is like that. She's going to create a chaos around the behaviors of people because she was disincluded because of her behavior. So this is kind of like the second part of that reading.